Are you glad to see you? Look who just showed up, the mango. Today we're going to look at marketing and specifically in this just 7 minutes of marketing inspiration, an evergreen nurture campaign. And what the heck is that? Evergreen nurture. This is the kind of email or SMS, you can even pair phone calls and stuff with it, marketing campaign that just runs continually and helps people think about you. So when we talk about mindshare and top of mind and all that stuff, this is a great way to kind of stay in touch with people. I was doing some planning with somebody. We were looking at sort of rest of the year planning, and they were like, whatever you do, let's keep doing that Evergreen Nurture campaign. And that's because Evergreen Nurture campaign is a series of emails. In this case, they're doing it every 3 weeks. I do one every Friday, so you might get mine every Friday. If not, hit me up and I don't have the link handy right here, but add you to that. So every Friday I send out a helpful, useful, genuinely useful piece of information every Friday. Like, here's something that's working. Here's something you can put to work. This will help you, right? And so you can do that too with your clients, prospects, customers. And the way to do that is to just sit down, grab a cup of coffee, cup of tea, whatever you are having, and start listing out some key things and key topics. And I'm going to give you what those are right now so you can put it together. And the thought is that on autopilot, an email, an SMS, something super useful, not spammy, not salesy, not about you, but about your client, your customer, your prospect, something about them that helps them is going to go out automatically. And if that feels like once a month for you, awesome. If it feels like once a week for you, totally good. Whatever the cadence, the frequency is, something that you can do to help people. All right. So here's what to get into. First, make a list of recent topics that have come up on phone calls, text messages, email inquiries, the things where you're like, everybody asks me that all the time. That's the type of thing that we want to address, right? And tell people, like, here's the solution, here's the info you need. So first, make a list of those things. Then check your outbox. Anything in your outbox, email outbox, text messages, anything that you've sent out, look through there for topics that come up all the time. Like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's that thing that Hassan asked me last week. I definitely want to get into that. That thing that Joe asked me on Monday, I definitely want to get into that. People need to know about it. It's super helpful, right? Now, list out your main product or service offerings. So just have a list of those. You know what they are. This stuff's easy. You can do this in your sleep practically. The next thing to make note of are the top objections, top misconceptions, the top things that get talked about before someone starts to work with you, before somebody buys from you. And so what are those? I love misconceptions. What are the misconceptions people have? Like, here's one for me that I get. I don't want to do marketing automation because it doesn't feel personal, and I want to have a personal connection with everybody I work with. So that's a misconception, objection that we can get into and talk about. So that's one that I address sometimes in my stuff. Like, here's why, here's how this works. So top things that people really need to know about before they can become your customer, your client. What are those? Is it a technology thing? Is there some type of technology they want to learn about that they need to know about before they can work with you, your equipment, your service, that kind of thing? And then the next thing to list, make a quick list of anything you have now that's useful in terms of blog posts, LinkedIn articles, white papers, guides, checklists, video interviews you did at a trade show or an event, really anything at all that you've shared, talked about, presented. So make a list of those things. So now that you have all of that, you can just start making a list of topics. And so don't overthink it. Just go for it with everything you have there. Just make a list of maybe 20 topics and just point 1, point 2, point 3, just make that list of 20 topics. This is such a good way to get your campaign together. And then Another piece of this is to think about, what do you want them to do next? So whenever we have anything in marketing, I feel like marketing should start a sales conversation. Otherwise, why have it, right? But what are you hoping that they do next? Is it jump on a call with you, book an appointment, download a demo? And you might have several calls to action that you can kind of rotate between if you want to, or maybe you just have one. Book a call with me. Book a call with me. I mean, for me, it's cindyzulsdorf.com, book a call with me. You can get on and schedule, that kind of thing. So these are the topics that you're going to look at, that we just sort of went over how to come to those topics. And then also, what is your call to action? Now that you have all this together, and really you could do that in like 10, 15 minutes, right? This is a coffee break kind of activity, because these are things that you know about, you know them in your sleep, right? Now that you have that together, then the next piece of this really is to just put several emails together. So take those 20 topics that you did, or even if you just did 5 topics, write an email for each one. Super simple. Make it a story. Hey, I was talking with Joe last week and they asked me about this, and here's what the solution was. Here's a link to a special software you can download to fix it, or here's a link to a video where we go over the details. If you want to talk more, book a call with me. So that's your first email. Your second one, maybe get into a misconception. Your third one, get into another use case, and just write those emails out. Do 5 to start with. And then whatever tool you have, whether you're using, we use Keep, and that's the one that we recommend, love, sell, set up, all the things. But if you're using that or any other marketing automation tool, or last week I was talking with someone who just didn't want to use any of that. And so we set up something, I think with Gmass for him in Gmail, which is super easy, like no brainer, free tool, really, really easy. So whatever that is, set that up. And then as you meet people, you're going to add them to your Evergreen campaign, and forevermore, they will think about you. If you want to hear more about how to do this, let me know. But I think that's enough to actually get started and make it happen. So let me know. Let me know what you think, and have a beautiful day. All right. Talk soon. Bye.